check. All right, here we are checking audio CGTC basketball. Audio check here, 1, 2, 3. CGTC. Audio check, audio check. Audio checking CGTC basketball. Microphone check, audio check, 1, 2, 3. Audio check CGTC versus South Georgia Technical College. Macon, Georgia, where Central Georgia Technical College will be hosting South Georgia Technical College. I'm Luke Winslow here with Craig Lawson. Craig, now coming into this matchup, Coach Rico Dawson of the host squad, the Titans, is very familiar with the program from South Georgia Technical College.
Absolutely. So Coach Dawson was at South Georgia Tech for a number of years as an assistant before getting the job at Central Georgia Tech. This is a rivalry that is always prominent in this conference. And I think they met in one scrimmage before Christmas, and South Georgia Tech came out on top in a pretty big way, so we'll see how it plays out today. Correct. Let's see, turnover there. That turnovers are an issue that we saw rear their head the last time we were together in Macon. Got to get that number down, got to hit outside shots. We saw Spencer wide open there. That's a shot he's going to need to knock down this year. Not a great start here for the Titans. And we've seen that young man seal excellently well. He does other things he has to work on, other aspects of his game, but he is the best back-to-the-basket player for Coach Dawson this year. Yep, that's going to go against Vance Jr. His first. Center Reynolds to the line. Drame, the other freshman, getting the start for Central Georgia Tech alongside three sophomores, three returners from last year's championship team. Montavious Terrell, Truett Spencer, and Dominique Pierce.
Well, when you look at the expectations now, this is the conference opener for both of these teams. Central in the preseason poll and the GCAA. South Georgia Technical, number 6 in the poll. It's a 1-versus-6 matchup here, but early on, the talent level of South Georgia, the numbers they put up throughout the first 8 games of their year, show that they're way better than that.
Yeah, we were talking about it before the game. I think we'll see that South Georgia Tech is much better than their ranking preseason shows. A lot of times, especially in junior college, when the team turnover and the new players are at a high percentage every year, a lot of times you see those preseason rankings get shaken up pretty early as Drame goes to the line. Yeah, unfortunately, we'll try to keep you updated on it, though. Ooh, nice block there by Drame.
With a big play, with his frame and his length, he really has a lot of potential that he's going into.
And again, we talked about this a lot last game, but the length of Central Georgia Technical College is maybe the most length Coach Dawson has had is with regard to depth on the roster. Nice out of bounds play by head coach Chris Blower there. Blower's been with South Georgia Tech for many years on the men's and women's side. Hickman, another young guy who has kind of started to carve out a place in the rotation for Coach Dawson's Titans. Smallest guy on the court. Not sure how much he weighs.
Not the heaviest guy
Not the heaviest, probably the lightest, and not a great pass there by Hickman. Looks like South Georgia Tech will keep it. South Georgia Tech's got a lot of energy, a lot of confidence early on.
3 minutes in, South on the road, off to a very good start. The Australian point guard, Will Johnson, sends it outside. McGee tried to spot up, wave off the shot, travel ball.
There's a turnover for the Jets. They must have took one too many steps. Sitting up here, it's hard to tell.
Hard to tell on that side of the floor for sure, but the point guard that we've seen, freshman for South Georgia, Will Johnston from Sydney, Australia, has been one of their top performers this season. Just for him to have a really good game.
And that's a tough bucket because that was excellent defense by South Georgia Tech. Really pressuring the basketball. Hickman ahead to Pierce. Pierce off to Drame. Drame with the lay-in on the full court.
We apologize there, quick camera issue here, but South ahead of Central, 9-7, 4 minutes in.
Central doing their part to fight back into the game. Looked like they were going to allow South Georgia Tech to go on a big run early.
Pierce drives to his left, lofts it up, and he's fouled.
Pierce asserting himself on offense here, really going into the teeth of the South Georgia Tech defense, who has been really aggressive, really confident. They've been switching up zones from matchup zones to 1-2-2s to man looks. And we're not even 5 minutes into the game yet.
Now we have Pierce at the stripe. It's been an up-tempo game. The identity of the South Georgia team is they want to play fast, they want to shoot threes. They want to play a brand of basketball that their guys enjoy. It makes it easy for them to recruit the type of talent that they had. A lot of people want to play in their system. But early on, they've dictated the pace. They want it fast, and they've had it that way.
And that's what they always want to do down in Americas. They want to dictate pace. You'll see a lot of energy from their bench, a lot of communication on the court, not a lot of mental errors.
Cross-court pass, McGee for three. McGee knocking it down, a three-point.
Excellent find by Johnson with the cross-court pass.
Now Hickman on the other end, nearly turns it over. It'll stay here, Central ball.
Hickman might have gotten bailed out on that one. He's got to protect the basketball either way.
For Hickman this year, he's done a pretty solid overall job when handling the ball of not turning it over. Pass comes inside, Hickman. Drame with the follow-up, gets it for two.
Nice follow there by Drame. Almost a nice finish by Hickman, but fortunately Drame there to clean it up.
Johnston drives off the window, rebound Pierce, pass up ahead for Hickman. On the left side, he tried to dump it off to Drame.
He missed
South
him.
ball.
He had an opening. He could have thrown it up. Hickman got caught. Excellent defense by South Georgia Tech getting back in transition, but a missed opportunity there for the Titans.
Hickman will set things in motion. Vance Jr. couldn't handle it. Swung down the floor, McGee.
Gotta have stronger hands if you're the Central Georgia Tech Titans.
Feig inside. Reynolds, rather, goes back up with it and finishes.
And that's just a tough basket right there.
Terrell turns it over.
Followed by a bad turnover.
Ambitious play from Montavious Terrell, sophomore playmaker, but that one just not a good one.
Know your personnel, know where you are, but back to that basket by South Georgia Tech. Jalen Reynolds battling 3 guys underneath, got his shot blocked, and eventually gets it back and puts it back in.
Campbell. And we've got a travel called. Central making a defensive stand.
South Georgia Tech seems to be doing a pretty good job of getting in the paint, getting what they want, getting open looks on the outside. We'll see if Coach Dawson adjusts his defensive approach.
For Central, they're a team that's known for their defense. Early on, they've been allowing too many easy buckets. Osama fouled on his way up.
That was a great play call there and a nice find by Montavious Terrell. Shalom will be going to the line.
Usaba at the stripe for 2. 14-12 now, the visitors on top here. 13:59 to go until halftime.
Asoba, another one of these international guys, a lot of length. Very quick on the release with the free throw. You don't see that a lot.
Feig hands it off, McGee. Stevens, one of the top scorers, rifles it inside, and Feig finishes.
Nice finish by Feig there. South Georgia Tech just really looking like they have it together, especially for a coronavirus season.
Yeah.
Coaching staff has done a really good job of implementing the offense and defensive strategies.
Osaba tries to go up and maybe dump it off there. It's out of bounds. It'll be Central ball.
Osaba was up over the top of the defense. I'm not sure if there was a foul call there or if it was just out of bounds. It's like it was just out of bounds.
Yeah, just out there. So now Truett Spencer's come into the game. He is tied for the leading scorer with Jalen Hickman, who's now inbounding the ball. Both of those guys averaging 12 a game.
Be good to see those two guys getting going. South Georgia Tech really aggressive defensively.
Osaba, shot clock winding down, air ball.
You might see the Titans potentially take advantage and try to back cut them since they are playing so far out on the ball.
McGee has it batted away, but a whistle from the near side referee. 2 shots coming.
Wow, that's a close call.
I'm a little surprised that one was made, especially from the backside.
Yeah, Asoba may have on the follow through, and when you swing like that, a lot of times you're going to get the foul call, and he may have also hit the wrist or the arm a little bit. It's hard to tell from up here.
McGee making the first free throw. He's only 53% from the year, but averaging 15 and 7, 15.7 rebounds. He's out of Atlanta, Georgia, Alexander High School. South Georgia has a lot of international guys, but they recruit in-state, especially the Atlanta area, very well.
Yep.
Spencer with it for Central. Last home game, he was shut out at 0 points. Osaba, Washai, couldn't get it to go.
Come on, JJ, that was not. Nah, you got it. South Georgia Tech is attacking, trapping as soon as the half court is crossed by Central Georgia Tech. They're calling a technical foul.
That's going to be on Washai for the dunk, I think.
Freshman mistake there by JJ Bernard Washai.
We've got 2 free throws here for McGee of South Georgia. He missed the dunk, but he hung on the rim and swung through it, which is why we've got the technical called.
Correct. Yep. That is the correct call by the officiating staff. And I'm sure that JJ will probably learn the hard way at practice or in the film room that you can't do that.
McGee missing there. It's 19-13, a 6-point lead for South Georgia Technical. Per the rules of a technical foul, 2 free throws, and they get the ball. Pressure applied here.
Isaiah Scott also seeing his first minutes for Central Georgia Tech, number 11.
Stevens at the top of the key. Stevens working on Washai. Nice move and a beautiful bucket.
So Stevens got the mismatch that he wanted with the freshman center and took him right to the basket.
Washai is just not quick enough footed to handle a matchup like that with a guard.
South Georgia Tech got the switch on the screen, and Stevens did the rest.
Scott, who's fresh into the game, charges, gets his own rebound. Foul called on the floor.
Trying to see who the foul is on. I guess it's against South Georgia Tech.
Looks like it's on McGee.
So South Georgia Tech seems to be, the roster overall seems pretty versatile defensively. They're switching just about everything and are defending guards effectively, really 1 through 5 with who's on the court so far this game.
Yeah, on the defensive side, they'll shuffle through a good bit. Offensively, they've got about 3 guys they look to for scoring. They're not that balanced offensively, but the defensive athleticism is really where they've come together. Terrell dishes off. Vance Jr. with the right hand.
Nice finish by Vance Jr. This is a young man we're starting to see come on a little bit and come into his own.
Feig. Little penetration kicked out. Wilkes couldn't get a 3.
Scott gets bailed out there. He kind of lost sight of his man. South Georgia Tech with a wide open 3.
Truett Spencer on the right side, coast to coast.
Nice finish by Truett.
Johnston passes it off. Wilkes inside to Reynolds. Reynolds charges into the lane, foul called.
Actually a nice ball fake by Reynolds. Caused Mark Vance Jr. to jab at the cutter and gave Reynolds a wide open lane, and all Vance could do was foul him.
As you can see, based off of a few moves in the post thus far today, Reynolds, the second-team All-Region player, Defensive Player of the Year last year. He's a very skilled guy defensively, but on the offensive side, he's been working on his post game. Has a few moves now that he's added to his arsenal.
It's also really strong. Vance is probably the toughest guy to move around in the post that Central Georgia Tech has, and Reynolds so far has gotten the best of him.
Well, when you look at his frame, Reynolds is 6'7", 260 as well. That'll help you out a lot. Terrell, pick from Gatling. Gatling's fresh into the game. Hickman to the corner, Spencer.
South Georgia Tech staying aggressive defensively. Titans doing just enough to stay in the game despite kind of being on their heels so far in the first half.
Reynolds working again on Gatling, finishes with the left hand.
Really fortunate that that wasn't a basket and a foul.
No answer really for Reynolds yet from Central. Central trailing 24-17. Halfway through the opening half, timeout called by Coach Dawson. He is not happy with the Titans squad.
Coach Dawson didn't want to call that timeout. It's like conceding that, hey, we're not playing well, and it really gets the other bench energized, but I think he needed it. At this point, the Titans just having a tough time defensively and offensively. Really just overall, they're just kind of on their heels. But Coach Dawson's been here before. I don't think he's worried about this, nor is Coach Mincy, but at the same time, it's a very coachable moment early in the season in the first conference game, and the first game of the season that these guys on the court have played that actually really counts towards something.
Definitely. Well, the offense has been all right, but defensively is where Coach Dawson, I would assume, is most upset, giving up a lot of plays inside, allowing South to really control the tempo and control the way that this game is being played.
Yeah, see, and it seems like, as we talked about, Jalen Reynolds, South Georgia Tech is starting to play more through him offensively. And we'll see if they continue to do that going forward.
Well, now we have Montavious Terrell set to take it out here.
South Georgia Tech in a 2-1-2 zone.
Interesting look. Terrell, deep three. Not good.
Not the shots you want to get out of a timeout.
Comes outside. Wilkes for three.
That would have been a gut punch right there. Titans fortunate. Reynolds down here on the other end looks like he may have taken a shot to the face.
Still reeling from that one. Scott trying to get into the post and a pushing foul called on the defender.
Scott had the mismatch. Point guard Josh Payne, the freshman, on his back. And Scott had the size advantage and decided to go at him. And Payne held his own, though.
He really did.
Did draw the foul, but was doing all he could against the bigger Scott.
Definitely. Scott early on was not getting a ton of time, but he's picked up in the past couple of games. He's been contributing more.
South Georgia Tech packing it in the zone here.
Terrell directing traffic. He drives left, three on the shot clock. Spencer puts it up. It won't go. Johnston slides it ahead. Payne kicks it out. Wilkes, corner. Got it. Wilkes for three. It's a 10-point game.
Just got another look at it in transition, and that time he knocked that one down as the Titans, or the Jets rather, take a 10-point lead here in the first half.
Defensively, the key for Central, when you're playing a team that shoots it that well, you've got to identify. You've got to get back and keep the shooters off the line. Spencer fouled.
Nice drive there by Spencer, and they needed to get to the line. They need to get some points here to kind of stop the bleeding. South Georgia Tech being really aggressive in their 2-1-2 zone. They're almost daring Central to dribble the ball into the corner. They're leaving it wide open, and we'll see how Coach Dawson adjusts here. But South Georgia Tech with, in my opinion, an impressive array of defenses that they're throwing at Central right now.
Most definitely. Spencer gets his first free throw. Truett Spencer, the sophomore, is the type of guy who can get scoring runs going all by himself. He's got a lot of talent for this team. He shoots it well.
And here's the thing about sophomores, Luke, coming back. I mean, this guy was a freshman last year, so he was kind of playing a role. And now he's stepping into that leadership role, and this is kind of his first time, along with Pierce and Terrell, to show that off in a real game against a conference opponent.
Johnston off the mark. Now Pierce running with it. Three-pointer won't go, short off the rim. Pierce lines up a pick, switches onto the big man, and swishes a mid-range
This is a tough
shot,
shot, man. Pierce has made some tough shots this half. Shots that I didn't necessarily think were good shots when he shot them, but it's always a good shot when it goes in.
8 minutes to play. 6-point game. South ahead. Johnston over to the center. Not a great look from three for South.
Nice close out there by Montavious Terrell.
Pierce on the right side. Misses Wilkes.
He actually thought that one was a good shot, then he missed everything, so what do I know? Oh,
Hickman intercepts it in transition. Finishes with the right hand.
Nice cut into the passing lane there by Hickman. Titans making a run. We're down double digits. Now on a 7-0 run.
Johnston. Wilkes in the lane. He gets it to fall.
Wilkes really getting it going here in the last couple of minutes of gameplay.
It's a good finish through contact. 7 to play until halftime. Pierce Top of the key, won't go.
That's one you'd like to see Pierce step into in rhythm and make if you're a Central Georgia Tech fan.
Well, and Pierce has been shooting 50% from 3 on the year as well.
Seemed like he may have rushed the shot a little bit.
Good defensive play inside. Pierce rips it away.
South Georgia Tech trying to take advantage of the size advantage for Nikola Sazaroga over Hickman.
Hickman. Had a lot of deep 3 attempts from Central, none of them successful yet.
Nice hands by Pierce again.
Hickman swings it ahead. Terrell dishes it off. Spencer goes up and gets a layup.
Nice finish. I think what we're seeing here is the Titans of Central Georgia Tech kind of making a run here against the reserves of South Georgia Tech. And as I say that, Coach Blauer of South Georgia Tech has his starters ready to come back in the game.
Wilkes couldn't get a 3. Hickman, right elbow, short. Terrell's going to reset the offense here.
A smart play by the sophomore.
Terrell has the left side open, chooses to go right. Pierce lines up a 3. Tempo pushed. We've got a foul on Osaba as Campbell came crashing in for a layup attempt.
Yep. Nice drive there by Campbell to draw the contact.
Now, Keandre Campbell last year was a freshman of the year, first team All-Region. Was back in high school at Webster County. Now we'll have to try to see how much of that translates into the college level. He's not been contributing a ton yet for the South team, but showing some signs of promise here in the first half.
See Justin Spencer, AD Drame back in the game.
Second free throw on the way in, good. 6-point game here, 5:18 to go, South ahead of Central.
South Georgia Tech seems to, since the tip really has kept Central Georgia Tech at a bit of an arm's length as far as the score goes. Up as many as 10 at one point.
Bounced over to Drame. Spencer to Spencer. Truett Spencer. Floater. Won't fall. Spencer got his own rebound. The shot clock will reset. Drame, 17-footer. No one can get a handle on it yet. And Pierce is able to corral another offensive board.
A little bit sloppy, but they're able to get the ball back. Titans just need to settle in, get confident, start being confident in their shots.
Terrell looking confident here, but couldn't get it.
It would have made me sound smart if he'd have made that, but not able to step into it and put it in.
Terrell almost made you look like a genius.
Almost made me look like a genius. Ooh, nice cut there by Johnston.
Well, with the defense that South has been playing, it's been tough for Central to get comfortable on that side, but South settling in here with Reynolds. Count it, and one.
Drame just not able to match up with the strength of Reynolds on that play.
Now we're going to get Washai, nicknamed JJ.
Yep, JJ
In.
Washai.
I'm sure that'll be to try to help out with the size that Reynolds brings. That'll be a good test for the freshman.
Washai and Vance Jr. seem to be the two guys on the Titans roster that can do the best job of leaning on Reynolds and trying to limit him offensively.
Reynolds, nearly 10 points a game this season.
He is at 11 so far tonight.
Wow. Yeah, he's averaging close to a double-double, 10 rebounds a game, 9.2 points. We have definitely seen why. 3:58 to go. until half.
I'm surprised he's not scoring double digits from the way he's played so far tonight.
It's surprising, too, because you think a lot of teams can't match up with that height. Central's one of the bigger teams in the conference. Foul called.
Washai with a nice seal up underneath draws the foul against the smaller Keandre Campbell.
It's good to see Washai with the seal down there making some more skilled plays. He's a very raw talent, someone that really is taking some developing and coaching very well, but he's got a ways to go throughout his progression.
A lot of athleticism, a lot of length, big hands. Not able to sink the front end of the 1-and-1.
His measurables are awesome. It's just polishing up some of the smaller parts and details of his game. Got an offensive foul. It'll be Central ball, substitution, and Scott coming in.
I think that foul was on Stevens.
And 3.5 to play until halftime. 33-25. South does lead. Scott spins mid-range.
Central still trying to assert themselves offensively, but hanging in the game despite not really settling into their offensive identity. And the defense has come on strong here in the back half of the first half.
It's inside. Reynolds snags it, and it's blocked. Scott got his hand on it.
Nice.
Here comes Terrell thundering down the floor. Spins, hook shot, doesn't go. Reynolds up ahead. And the nice shot from Jordan Stevens will fall. It's a 10-point game yet again.
Tight and sloppy in transition. Really led to the easy basket on the other end for South Georgia Tech in transition.
Step back shot. Scott won't get it. It just seems like this game has been played at a frenetic pace to the point where Central has not settled in. They're not as confident looking on the offensive side as Johnston exposes the defense there. A little bit of a pick and roll.
Easy cut and an easy bucket. There's been some mental lapses and just some almost like rush shots. But at the end of the day, you're only down 12, and you're in your home gym.
Spencer. Tough outside shooting day.
Yeah, Titans having a tough time. They can't seem to buy a bucket from outside.
Johnston swarmed. McGee slashes. Ball tipped away and rebounded by Spencer.
Minute 30 here to go. Titans need to get some points on the board.
Travel called on Scott. That won't help.
Nope, too many steps, another turnover. And it just seemed like Scott got a little bit excited. The lane did open up in front of him. It was a nice pump fake.
South will be inbounding. Truett Spencer comes off along with Scott.
A few more possessions here in the first half.
Reynolds hands it off. Campbell, easy bucket. Too easy.
Lane just opened wide up. The only thing hard about that bucket was shooting it with your left hand, which I'm sure these guys are all good at. I could never do it.
Under 50 seconds to play. It bounces into Washai, and he doesn't get the layup. Errol White will follow.
Nice follow there by White, and a much-needed bucket for Central Georgia Tech.
35 to play. It's a 12-point game. South ahead of Central. Spencer called for a foul, and that will lead to free throws here.
Not a foul you want to make right there. Not only do you send South Georgia Tech to the line with 33 seconds to go, you actually give them a shot. They are now depending on how these free throws go. if he makes them both, they're essentially guaranteed another possession because they'll have at least 3 seconds.
First free throw from Johnston, good. Johnston 15 points a game, shooting 40% from the field. Overall, pretty impressive numbers, one of several Australians on the South Georgia team.
From Australia to Americas.
Under 30. Batted away, intended for Wyatt, and now South getting their possession with a full shot clock, basically. It's turned off now.
Sloppy pass there. I would think that unless you just get a wide open bucket, you would think the Titans might have wanted to dribble the shot clock down.
McGee tries to cross on Errol White. 2 seconds to go. Pierce lofts it up. It's short. That'll do it for the first half. 41-27. Craig, let's get your thoughts.
Well, it was, as you said, a frenetic half for Central Georgia Tech to start off with. And I think they're fortunate that it's not worse. I think their athleticism is keeping them in the game right now. And, Coach Dawson, he'll have a few improvements, some suggestions that he will politely, I'm sure, administer at halftime. I know he's not happy with the team's performance in the first half, but it's not an insurmountable deficit, and you are at home, which never hurts.
Definitely. Well, some numbers here for you. We'll have more coming back from the half, but Central is 0 of 8 from 3. They're shooting 37% from the field. Correction, 32% from the field. Those numbers will have to change as South Georgia Technical has been shooting 50% from the field, almost 40% from 3 today.
I mean, that's really the story of the game. If the other team is hitting shots and you're not hitting shots, then it's tough to win, much less be competitive. Now, the Titans are being competitive in this game, but they are going to have to clean up, be able to make shots, and that's really it. I mean, you can't go 0 of 8 from 3, especially since if you're getting wide open looks, you got to start knocking them down. So we'll see if they settle in and start doing that, because they have guys on the team that can knock down shots. So, but they're going to have to do it in the second half for sure.
Most definitely. Well, for Central, it's not often that they get beat in points in the paint, but they are getting beat good today, 22-16 in terms of the point in the paint battle. And they have owned that category all season long. It's been a reversal of a trend.
Well, and half of those points in the paint are Jalen Reynolds, who has just been just a physical force up underneath. He loves to go to his right, but he seems to just have the power to get there regardless of who the Titans are putting on him. And even if he doesn't score, he seems to be able to at least get to the line for free throws.
Most definitely. Well, we'll be back in 10 minutes with more halftime coverage. 41-27 our score. Thank you all for tuning in on the Titan Broadcast Network. Welcome back to Macon, Georgia. Central Georgia Technical College hosting South Georgia Technical. Truett Spencer begins the second half, sending it out to Pierce. Well, Craig, let's look at some keys here to the half here for Central.
Well, I mean, we talked about the shooting percentages that just were not there for Central Georgia Tech, and it's really as simple as making shots versus not making shots. Not a lot of turnovers by either team. Rebounding is fairly even. Central Georgia Tech actually has the edge in offensive rebounds, but they're just not hitting shots here so far in this game.
Putback goes for McGee. Well, for Central, they were on a bit of a run to come back. They were down 10, closed the gap to 3. And then all of a sudden at the end of the half, South Georgia Tech breaks away. Jump ball.
Got a little bit sloppy there. Dominique Pierce is seeking to continue to be aggressive, ends up turning it over there, driving it into the teeth of the defense.
Will Johnston at the helm. He has done very well. One of the differences between these two teams is the depth. Central can go to their bench. They can go 10 players deep if they want to. But for South, they're not as deep of a team. They've got 5, 6, 7 guys that they want to contribute.
Yeah, specifically about 7 guys that so far look like they feel confident with. As you see, Dominique Pierce get a jump ball and a turnover the other side, and that's a tough one to get from a guy like Jalen Reynolds, who is actually the leading scorer in the game right now with 11.
Jalen leading all scorers. Truett Spencer, who just inbounded, has 6 to lead Central.
Yeah, Reynolds actually almost had a double-double in the first half with 11 and 8.
Spencer.
Really good defense by South Georgia Tech.
4 on the shot clock. Terrell has to get it away, and it's off the rim. Drame couldn't save it. Oh, foul called. Reynolds impeded his pathway there to the ball.
Yeah, Titans got bailed out there by the foul from Will Johnston, the freshman. Johnston really should have, kind of a ticky-tack call, but really should have just let the ball go. It was a turnover either way. No need to force the contact there. Titans with a fresh 20.
Hickman, Vance Jr. It's shooting about 30% today from Central. That's been the Achilles heel.
Yeah, Titans yet to score 2 minutes in.
Rifled inside. Stevens spins. Nice looking jumper, won't fall.
Pretty strong move there by Stevens. Nice job by Pierce.
Spencer pulls up, in and out.
It's a shot you got to hit. You got to be able to step into that jumper. He's wide open in transition. He's just not able to knock it down.
Spencer usually gets those on a routine basis. Spin move from McGee.
That's definitely a shot you feel confident in him taking. It's not a bad shot. Titans showing a little fight here, and I think one thing we are seeing is there wasn't a ton of movement offensively in the first half. It's kind of one screen and the guy's trying to dribble and decide what to do with it, but there's a little bit more movement so far cutting to the basket.
Spencer drives inside and draws a foul.
Spencer really just going into the lane powerfully. And Truett Spencer is a kid that he's not that big, and he's certainly not as thick as his brother, Justin, over there sitting on the bench, but he can move some weight in the weight room more than you would think for a guy his size. He has a lot of power.
Washai in for Vance Jr.
It's like Coach Dawson is just trying to figure out who is going to, between the two freshman centers, be able to come in and be consistently effective.
Well, at this point, you almost flip a coin between the two of them. It's a real even battle.
Yeah, we've seen flashes of good, but then a lot of inconsistency from both, which you expect at times from freshmen.
Long, called for a travel.
Good hands there by the Titans on defense. Titans, listen, this program's been in games like this before. they're not a team that's just going to roll over. Coach Dawson's been here before. They've played against South Georgia Tech.
Bad turnover there. McGee took it away. Johnston in transition. Layup.
I was trying to talk good about him, and they get a turnover.
Spencer over to Drame, and Central's got to get something going on this possession. Drame spins. Tough shot. Foul called.
Drame bailed out there. It was a really kind of a tough shot. Not a high percentage shot, but fortunately for him, he gets the foul call. And will have a chance to go to the line here. Titans really need to get a couple of stops and a couple of baskets and get in the swing of the second half here.
Drame hitting the free throw. He is 4th on the team, shooting 56% from the field this year.
And it's a high percentage.
Now Vance Jr. came in shooting 81% from the field. He's been lights out now.
That's what the Titans need, but as we talked about last game, when you see the matchups, this is the first time that they're actually being met size for size underneath.
Drame hits the deck and an offensive foul called on Long.
Tobias Long not happy with that call. His second foul on offense in as many second turnover on offense in as many possessions. So he'll take a seat.
Now Long is out of Salem High School, close to Atlanta, Georgia. Hickman, the freshman point guard. Now for Central, this is a very guard-oriented team. The guards have not played particularly well on the offensive side, and they've had a tough time scoring.
Yeah, they really will probably lean more heavily on their guards, especially the sophomores and Hickman, who has emerged to be able to create off their dribble.
Johnston tried to step back over to Reynolds now. Stevens, left wing.
That was a really good help defense there by Pierce and Washai communicating.
Pierce drives baseline.
Good defensive recovery by South Georgia Tech. Pierce had a lot of room there on the baseline, and
got a foul called. I think that one's on McGee as Spencer drove left.
So now Justin Spencer headed to the line. Looks like they're going to actually call this one on the floor.
Well, for Central, they've got a lot of talent. They're looking for somebody that can take over this game and really take command of the offense. Get some consistent scoring. Hickman whips it inside. Washai. Drame trying to reverse it. Air ball.
Just a tick late, like chemistry's not quite there. Washai. Drame was open early.
Drame in transition, a jam.
And this will help. I kind of made fun of him last week because I'm not sure if he missed a dunk, but I was talking to him. They were having trouble making dunks last week, but he was able to throw that one down, and maybe that'll get the Titans in a little bit of a rhythm here.
Three-pointer on the way. Good. Well done by Keandre Campbell, the freshman sharpshooter.
Right back the other way. Campbell with the answer.
Drame. Jump stop outside. Hickman. In the lane. Scoops it, just missed.
Wow. That would have been a heck of a finish. Not able to get it to fall.
McGee working on two guys. Foul called. It's on Washai.
Yeah, Washai with the contact underneath. Really a good job by McGee driving in to create that contact and almost assure himself a trip to the line, whether he made the shot or not.
Washai's a big guy, but South has not been afraid to attack him today. 48-32, 16-point game. Under 14 to play. Loads of time for a sport that's known as the game of runs. But for Central, you got to get something going soon.
Yeah, you got to make some stronger runs if you're Central Georgia Tech. That's something Coach Dawson talks about all the time. Basketball is a game of runs. You make a run, I make a run. It's how you withstand the other team's run and how you sustain your runs that really makes the difference in a 40-minute basketball game.
It's an 18-point game. Pierce. Vance Jr. fouled. Vance Jr. battling through a double team there.
And South Georgia Tech, Coach Blower wanted to travel, and it was close for Vance Jr., but he was able to use his strength there. I mean, get up an unorthodox shot that probably wasn't going in, but he was able to draw the foul and get to the line. I think that 81% field goal percentage might be taking a bit of a hit today.
It definitely is, but Vance throughout the year has been in or hitting 10 points a game, getting in those double figures. It's maybe not been his day today, but regardless, he's got to step up on the defensive end. There's got to be a post presence guarding Reynolds here.
Or even if you're still struggling to guard him, you got to be able to answer offensively.
Here it is. Reynolds wave off the shot.
Reynolds a little bit aggressive. Looks like he stepped on the end line. Or no, they called a foul, yeah.
Yeah, pushing foul. Wait, it's on Vance. Okay.
All right, yeah.
Outside, Johnston drills a corner three.
That's a big shot for South Georgia Tech.
Vance kicks it back outside.
South Georgia Tech just getting back on defense.
Hickman cutting it down to 18.
Nice bucket there by Hickman.
But that three-pointer from Johnston, that's all momentum.
I mean, that's tough, and it's a great under the basket play. And they, South Georgia Tech, to their credit, ran it to perfection.
Johnston again. Yes, sir. Back-to-back threes for Will Johnston.
And he's feeling it now. And South Georgia Tech sensing it a little bit. We'll see if Coach Dawson is going to let him play through this. Looks like he is for now.
He will, but three subs are getting ready to come in. Spencer off the mark. Well, South is picked up right where they left off at the end of the first half.
And we've even seen Will Johnston get going. He only had 2 points in the first half.
But we knew he was better than that. Reynolds, 17-footer, nothing but net.
Reynolds with the somewhat of an unorthodox set shot, but Coach Dawson wants a timeout to talk it over.
You got to take it at that point if you're Coach Rico. 58-35, 12:02 to go in the game. We'll be back with more after the timeout. Here in Macon, Georgia, along with Craig Lawson, I'm Luke Winstall. 12 minutes to go. Central trailing big on their home floor. Cross-court pass. Pierce. Left wing three. Well, Central has not hit one today.
Not hitting them today, but even still, that was a contested shot. South Georgia Tech just seems to have the upper hand both offensively and defensively so far tonight.
Mid-range, everything going for Marvin McGee and the South team.
Going to be 12 points now for McGee, or 11.
Pierce.
Nice.
Pierce with a response on the other end.
We talked about a game of runs. It's like Central Georgia Tech, they have to sustain runs for longer periods of time. You got to get stops. You got to score baskets, and it's really just become that simple.
Central is 0 of 10 from 3 today. Stevens, foul called. It's on Pierce.
Pierce getting a little over-aggressive, reaching in there, and it's tough to get out of a play like that without getting a foul call.
Spencer saunters in.
Nope. Inbound the ball. I thought it might have been a shooting foul at first.
Johnston. Around Reynolds. McGee. McGee for 3. Drame tried to hustle in for a rebound. It's picked up. Shot missed from Campbell.
Fortunate for the Titans that shot was missed because he was really wide open.
Terrell. Not a good looking shot there from Montavious, the sophomore. Dished off. We've got an offensive foul called.
I believe that's the second one that Drame has drawn today. But again, if you're not able to hit shots on the other end, especially wide open shots.
Central today, 13 of 43 from the field, 0 of 11 from three-point land.
Just not what you hope to do, not the numbers you hope to have in your first conference outing at home. But it is a long season, and there's 10 and a half minutes left in this game, so there is time to make a statement.
It has been surprising, though, 60-37, with Central being a top 20 team in the country, according to the latest junior college poll that was released.
Yeah, I was telling you during the break, I really couldn't tell you the last time that Central Georgia Tech was down like this at home.
Drame thought about a 3. Slashes in, almost got the finish, but it's an offensive foul called. Campbell took a charge.
That was of all the foul calls I've ever seen, that was definitely one of them.
For sure. Campbell comes out.
But, listen, whether that was a foul or not, it got called. You do like to see Drame being more aggressive.
He almost made the shot, too, but plays like that have energized the South bench. They've been really pumped all day coming in from Americus. We've got a foul call.
Like that's going to go against Spencer, and it's the correct call. Like he just kind of shoved Stevens a little bit, displaced him.
A couple of guys hit the deck down low. Payne.
Titans still playing physical.
McGee working on Drame. Drame got the better of him. It'll stay here. South ball.
Looks like the shot did not hit, oh no, it did hit the rim. So South Georgia Tech will get a fresh 20 here.
A 23-point game, substitutions made.
Coach Blauer has drawn up some nice under the basket inbound plays today. We'll see what he's got for us here.
We've had some that have led to three-point attempts that have provided a lot of momentum. A key turning point here, allowing South to go ahead the way that they have, has been when Johnston knocked down the back-to-back threes, put that game over a 20-point margin.
Yeah.
Tough to come back from that.
Couple of gut punches there from Johnston for sure.
Here's a three-pointer. Stevens, long.
That would have been another gut punch. Mark Vance underneath really wants the ball.
Look at Terrell. There he is.
Terrell says he'll do it himself.
It's been a surprisingly quiet game for Montavious Terrell. Stevens called for a travel.
South Georgia Tech getting a little bit sloppy on offense.
Arrow White in for Drame. We've not seen much of White almost at all today.
He had the bucket right before halftime So he has been effective in his limited time on the floor.
Hickman, White, an offensive board, but a foul called.
Are they counting it? No. Calling White ball underneath, sounds like.
Basket's good. We've got a hold.
Okay.
And we're shooting. Okay, so it'll be an and one for Errol White.
So speaking of...
No, Vance
right.
Jr.
So Errol White made the basket.
Yeah.
And the foul was drawn by Mark Vance Jr., so he will take
1 and 1. Brilliant.
Now, South Georgia Tech is in the bonus. They're 1 foul away, or 2 fouls away from being in the double bonus. So that is something that to potentially keep an eye on here in the last 9 minutes and 12 seconds that would perhaps allow the Titans to work their way back into this game.
Second free throw short from Vance. 18-point game. Being in the bonus does help. Central needs all the help they can get now down on their home floor.
South Georgia Tech going with a couple of their backups.
Sassaroga tried to get in there, but called for a travel.
And another turnover. Josh Payne in the game almost turns it over. And Sassaroga finishes the job for him on that possession.
8:50 to play for Central. They've been averaging 78 points a game. It's been a much different tune. Hickman spots up. 0 of 13, but tipped in by Errol White. Got a timeout called, 60 to 44. Looks like that will count.
Yep. Yeah, that'll count. And Errol White with a few big buckets here. I'm not sure if it's up on the board yet, but that should be his 6 point of the game. Yeah, he's got 6 points now. Very limited minutes. Had the bucket right before halftime. Has had 2 quick buckets here, and is shown to be effective. And I think we're seeing Coach Dawson at least really trying to fill out his lineup a little bit more. I think almost everyone, if not everyone, has gotten into the game at some point for the Titans so far. I don't think you will see that 2, 3, 4 weeks from now. But again, this is kind of the time right here. You know, you were down over 20. You're still within striking distance at 16. This game is certainly not over. And this is when you kind of find out who you can count on in these situations.
For sure. No doubt. I mean, when you look at junior colleges and these schools where you've got pretty much all freshmen and sophomores, for Central, your entire season is basically dependent on how your freshmen do. You've got 9 freshmen out of your 12 players. So today has been a rougher game, but when you've got 9 freshmen, you've got at least 6 or 7 that have to contribute immediately. Looking at that, you've got to play them out and give them time to show you and prove to you who's who, but you only had 4 non-conference before you go into this game. Still a lot of unknowns as McGee hits that shot.
Yep, and not what you want coming out of that timeout defensively for Central Georgia Tech. But again, do you keep fighting? Are you going to continue to work to get back in this game? Because again, there is still a lot of time left, and you do have the bonus right now on your side. And South Georgia Tech, you know, they have been fouling a lot more in this half, so you have had more opportunities at the line.
McGee connecting on the free throw. Pierce comes in. Central's down 19 here. Still yet to hit a 3. That's been maybe the most surprising thing of the day, in my opinion.
Most surprising and probably most devastating for your offense if you're Central Georgia Tech.
Right. Pierce now to White. A spin move down low.
It's when you got to finish if you're White. I think you may have been expecting some contact that didn't come, or perhaps a call that didn't come. You see Reynolds underneath, guarded by Terrell.
Wow. Reynolds 6'8" against Terrell 5'10". Reynolds a spin move. Couldn't connect.
A nice team defense by the Titans, but a nice job by Terrell of holding his own against the big guy underneath.
For sure. Now Pierce gets inside. Foul called.
That's what you need.
Draws it from Sasaroga. 2 shots on the way. Pierce, up until this point, through the 4 non-conference games, provided a lot of consistency overall.
And I think even early on in this game, has made some tough shots. Now, you have to hit free throws. There is no way that you are going to win this game or even have a chance to win this game if you don't hit free throws. For Central Georgia Tech, that is.
Pierce now splitting a pair. Enough time to be dangerous if you're Central. McGee drives in and a foul called on Errol. No, jump ball called. Errol White making the play.
White being very effective in his few minutes now. South Georgia Tech they had the arrows, so they will retain possession, but nice defensive play there by Errol White.
Errol's done it both ways in the time he has gotten. Reynolds working the baseline, and Errol White almost had a steal there. We got a foul called.
So hopefully they will give him credit for that steal. Which I know my man Jarvis down there on the stat computer knows what he's doing. And Errol White, again, affecting the game. I think listen, if nothing else tonight, you may or may not be able to get back into this game, but if you're Errol White, you walk away thinking, at least I would think, he's probably earned himself some more playing time, some more minutes in the future going forward.
Not just then, but now. Anybody that knows Coach Rico knows that he loves to go with the hot hand, keep the guys in the game who are playing well. Expect White to be finishing out the majority of these 7 minutes. Yep. Assuming he keeps playing like this.
He certainly earned it, but again, they split the free throws. You're going to have to start knocking down both when you get a chance over Central Georgia Tech.
Foul called on Errol.
I guess he hit him with the body. Looked like he swung his hand and hit air.
One of those nitpicky kind of calls.
Maybe grazed the elbow there. But I will say, I do believe the officiating staff has been consistent for the most part tonight. So. Saratoga doing the Titans a favor.
Here's Pierce, under 7 to play.
South Georgia, with Central Georgia Tech's
Payne, layup for 2.
Central Georgia Tech's inability to hit from the outside, South Georgia Tech is simply packing in the lane and saying, come on in here and drive left. 2 or 3 guys waiting for you. You're going to have to hit an outside shot.
There it is. Vance Jr. knocking down the first 3 of the day. Only took us 34 minutes.
Yeah, he made me look good. There you go. And the big guy's the first one to knock it down. But that's what you got to have. If you're not able to hit outside shots, the other team is just going to pack in the lane and let you continue to shoot them.
34-minute scoring drought from beyond the arc, ended by Vance Jr.
Errol White with the defense.
And Reynolds gets the bucket.
Never save it under your own basket. And Errol White ended up really with the assist there for South Georgia Tech, unfortunately for the Titans.
Terrell tried a crafty shot. It remains an 18-point game. Spencer is about to head into the game with Washeye.
They're not taking Vance Jr. out after he hit a 3, are they? Got to get him going.
It looks like that might be the end for Vance Jr. on this stint. Pierce, nice rip away, but an immediate turnover to Johnston.
Can't follow up a good play with a bad play.
Here's Reynolds. Big body inside. Errol White takes it away.
Done a much better job on Reynolds in this half. He had 11 in the first half, only 4 in the second half.
No look pass. Errol White with the right hand.
A nice find by Terrell as Coach Dawson is going to take a timeout.
16-point game, 5 minutes to play. We'll be back with more on the Titan Broadcast Network. We're back here out of the timeout. Under 5 to play now. Craig, a 16-point game.
Yeah, I mean, Titans, they're still fighting, and we finally did see a three-pointer drop. They're just going to have to see really several more here under 5 minutes to go.
Looped ahead to Pierce. Nice move, and he gets it to go.
They're going to need quick buckets like that, really for several possessions in a row.
In transition in the second half, things have been much more under control for Central.
You know, South Georgia Tech, it feels like they, and in a lot of ways they have dominated this game, at least from a statistical standpoint, but it's by no means over.
Rebound and the putback for Long.
You can't allow second chance points. You got to block out on defense.
Hickman making a quick move inside. Washai is fouled. Washai. Go ahead, Craig.
I thought Hickman had a chance to perhaps play that up, but instead dishes it off to Washai, and Washai really was in no position to finish that bucket, but was able to draw the contact and go to the line.
Washai may not be the guy you want necessarily at the free throw line here. But he gets the first.
Now we need the second one.
Errol White and Drame change places. White had come out for about a minute and a half, but he's right back in. Coach Dawson going with the hot hand. Not too surprising here.
Washai makes 1 of 2, which is really as what you would hope for with his skill set, but
still working on the shooting game.
Yeah, for sure.
Johnston tried to dish that off. It goes right to Hickman.
Really good defense there by JJ, stepping into the lane. There was no contact, but he altered the decision-making of Johnston there.
Pierce, turnover.
Not a great play there offensively for the Titans.
Foul called on Pierce. Dominic Pierce, sophomore guard for Central, has had a very good assist-turnover ratio on the season coming in. Today, not quite as much, but
yeah, he's had some uncharacteristic turnovers, especially here in the second half. Maybe pressing a bit because the deficit has been what it is. Titans still within 16, but if they're going to make a run with 3 minutes here to go, now is the time.
3:08 to go. Johnston misses on a free throw. 16-point game. White almost got away from him. Pierce spots up, air ball. White stepped out, south ball.
Pierce trying to make something happen. That's the type of shot you need to put in, but just well short.
Scott's in for him. Drive and a dish from McGee. Reynolds on the left side.
It was just a three-man weave underneath in transition there. Nice offense for South Georgia Tech, looking to put this one away.
Facing a press. It was a really nice break there. 2:30 to go. White out of bounds, Central ball.
You can really see South Georgia Tech. They can kind of smell the blood in the water here in the conference opener for both teams. But again, it's a long season. I think we'll see for both of these teams from now until the end of the season. I think both will look a lot different. Both will be much improved. South Georgia Tech has looked really good here in the opener on the road.
Hickman off the mark. Jump ball called. A little physical at the end of that play between Stevens and White.
Looks like Titans will retain possession.
They will.
White seems to have a nose for being where the ball is when it comes off the rim. He's long.
Hickman, wash eye, got away from him. It's Central ball again.
Looked like the right read by Hickman there. Wash eye not able to handle it. So Titans will retain possession.
Pass picked off. Stevens flushes it home. An exclamation point here for South.
Poor read there on the inbound leads to the easy bucket for South Georgia Tech. And that might do it.
Foul called.
Justin Spencer there with just a frustration foul.
South Georgia Technical brought a good crowd in. There's been lots of energy on their side all night long.
They always travel well as a fan base down there in Americus. They have a strong following in the community. And, you know, they have a proud tradition at South Georgia Tech. They've won a lot of championships. And they are looking to unseat Central Georgia Tech this season, who, of course, has won 3 straight conference championships.
That is for sure. And South Georgia Tech, the home school alma mater of Jay Crowder, now in the NBA. He's enjoyed a successful career. Scott draws a foul on the offensive side.
Yeah, Crowder has been with several teams across the league. And as we mentioned last game, Coach Dawson as an assistant, or actually earlier this game, Coach Dawson as an assistant coached Jay Crowder at South Georgia Tech as Scott goes to the line.
And Coach Dawson's very familiar with this program.
Very familiar. I mean, he was an assistant there for years before taking the head coaching job at Central Georgia Tech. And really, Coach Dawson has built this program somewhat from the ground up. You know, he took over a team that struggled at times and has built them up into a team that annually competes and has also won championships in this league.
The GCAA is looking like a tough league this year. Teams like South Georgia Tech projected to finish 6th in the preseason poll. I think we'll see some rankings and polls change after the performances between the teams today.
Yeah, I think we could see next week's rankings being a little bit different. South Georgia Tech showing they're a little stronger than perhaps the preseason poll suggests.
A minute 23 to go. This one out of hand for Central. It's a 19-point game. Scott puts it down to 17.
A lot of outside shots. Maybe that is indicative of something that Scott can bring to the offense for Coach Rico Dawson going forward. It would certainly be welcome.
Turned over. Here comes Scott. 55 to play. Hickman. Back to Hickman. Thought about a 3. Kicked outside. Spencer, right wing. Yes, sir. Spencer knocks it down.
Going to need to see a lot more of that going forward. Unfortunately, a little too much, or too little too late for Central Georgia Tech. Nice defense there by Scott.
Scott showing up big the last couple of minutes. Tried a Euro step, and here comes Long. 24 seconds to play, bounced over and turned over.
And a little sloppy here in the last minute of the game.
Scott back outside, Spencer couldn't get it.
In and out for Spencer.
Fonseca's going to hold on to it, let the clock wind down. And Craig, that'll do it. A 14-point ball game, 74-60. South Georgia controlled it all the way from the tip today.
Yeah, certainly not the way you'd want to open up the season if you're Central Georgia Tech at home in your first conference opener. But again, Coach Dawson has been coaching in this league for a long time. He's got a lot of freshmen on the roster. Both teams do. But South Georgia Tech, certainly a strong performance tonight for the men who came up from Americus, and we'll see how the Titans look to rebound going forward.
Well, the team from Americus here, South Georgia turned it over 21 times and still won by 14. Fantastic performance. They shot very well, 49% from the field as a team. For Central, they shot 36% as a team.
And just as we talked about, Luke, throughout the game, unable to hit outside shots. South Georgia Tech really aggressive on defense early in the first half, and as the second half progressed, they packed in the lane, and Central Georgia Tech just unable to convert baskets, and I think that is something that is fixable. Coach Dawson doesn't bring in guys that can't finish layups, that can't make wide open shots, but it just wasn't there for the Titans tonight.
No, it was not. CGTC now drops to 4-1. Their opponents go to 2-4, or 3-4 now from South Georgia Tech. They played the toughest non-conference schedule of pretty much anybody in the country. They've continued into conference play, beating a number 20 team in the country in the junior college ranks. That'll be big for their resume. But for now, here from Macon, Georgia, alongside Craig Lawson, I'm Luke Linstall. Thank you all for tuning in. We'll be back with more coverage here for you.